Hi everybody, this is Bonnie here from the Creative Paper Moth. Thanks so much for joining me today here on my YouTube channel Living Life Creatively. So I just wanted to show you guys this journal that I made, which has already been sold, but I still wanted to do a flip through of it. So this journal I called Edith, and that was my grandmother's name. So this is a soft padded journal. So it's got this beautiful wildflower fabric in these peaches and pinks and creams, and I've done a ribbon tie closure. So on the ribbon I've done some little bit of lace and some doilies and some ribbons, and I've just done a little bit of embroidery, and then on the back I've just done some fabric. So just to give you a close-up look at that, I just thought it made an extra nice touch to the journal. And then I've used this vintage linen. This linen is actually a scanned-in one as well on my vintage linen digitals, which is on my Etsy shop as well. And then I've just done some embroidery stitching around the edge, and then it's got some lace on the bottom and the top. And inside it's the same fabric. I've just got a little vintage doily here as well. It's got the same fabric inside, and then the vintage linen extends to make a flap for inside the journal. So the lady who I sold this to, she can put whatever she wants in that pocket. So let's start with a flip through. So I've just used this lovely floral rosy scrapbook paper for the first signature with some lace on the side, and it's got a big pocket here. And this is part of the original collages that I did for my romantic collage sheets, which I have 2 available in my Etsy shop for digital download. So these are the original, this is part of the original collage sheets, which I've just cut up and I've used in this journal. This is the other, one of the other collage sheets, which I've just printed onto some tea stained paper. And my printer is running out of ink, but I actually quite like the blue and purple tones that it used, so I decided to use it because it still looks beautiful. And then I've just done some coffee mug spotting there on it as well. This is a lovely vintage image which I've printed out, and there's a little paper clip with a leaf charm there. And then this is a vintage postcard which I've printed and made. So I've printed the front and the back, and then I glued them together and made it into a little postcard with some lace. And then this is the another piece of that collage paper. So there's your real leaf here, real lace, and then I've just made this into a big pocket. There's some Edith Holden on some tracing paper. This is a little belly band with another paper clip with a little leaf charm. And then this is a, if I can just get it out, another one of the pieces of collage paper which I made into a little journal card. And there's a pocket here. And this is just a piece of lace with a safety pin and a little button. And on the other side is an envelope. And over here we have a piece of fabric and 2 little pieces of paper which I've made into like a little tuck spot. And this is another one of the tags. And here's a vintage wallpaper pocket with it, another journal card with some fabric and another safety pin and button. These are little dried flowers in a little plastic bag, bougainvillea. It's just a big envelope, big tuck spot here on the side. Here's another one of those original pieces of collage paper made into a pocket. This is a double pocket with some vintage wallpaper, and then I have 2 tags, also the same original collage. And this is just a little pretty little vintage image. A wallpaper pocket, the back of that vintage image. This is the back of the my collage paper, and this is the back of the first signature. So the second signature is also this beautiful floral cardstock. Also got a big pocket, and this is a little fabric pocket. It's actually a double pocket. It's got a fabric pocket and then a cardstock pocket behind it. Some vintage music paper with a envelope on the other side, and then a tuck spot behind that as well. And then this is the actual collage paper, which I've printed onto tea stain paper, so it gives you an idea of what it looks like once it's printed. And I think that they make beautiful journal pages, and you could use this for all kinds of things, for making envelopes and stationery, cutting it out like I did and making journal cards and tags, or cutting out the individual elements as well. And I've just done some coffee splattering over there. Now this idea, this is from 10 Killer. She and a couple of other ladies, Angela Kerr and a Firefly Studio, I think, are doing a challenge called 5 on the Dime. So this was 10 Killer's, or Martina's, as her real name is, Martina's challenge that she did. So I did her challenge on the weekend, and this is one of the things that I did. It's like a pocket, it's like an envelope, altered envelope. So on this side is my other journal, collage journal sheets, which, as I said, is in my Etsy store. And then I made my own. I didn't have, this was actually a large envelope. You can see the size there. That's the original size of the envelope. So I made my own cutout for a window, and then I just put some, it's almost like a perspex. It's thicker than vellum and thicker than tracing paper. It's like a more harder sort of plastic type thing. And then I made just a simple journal card with some vintage paper which I printed out. So that just slots in there. And then on this side I just did a piece of wallpaper and music paper. I didn't want to make it too busy. And then inside is another journaling card. So thanks for the challenge. I really enjoyed it, and I think I'm definitely going to be making more of these. Next time though, I will use lighter card. This turned out to be quite heavy. This is just some scrapbooking paper, and then over here we have like a little scrappy book. So you could take that out and journal on it, and stick that back anywhere in the journal that you wanted to. Some ribbon. This is part of the challenge also. This one I think was made by Firefly Studio. Gina, I think it is. So she also did an altered envelope. So this is how mine came out. So I've done my collage paper here again on the envelope. You can see there it is there. And then inside I've done a tag. So that slots in there. And again I made my own little I made my own envelope actually, with my own window and everything, because I didn't have at the time. Another little tag. So that just goes back in here. So I really enjoyed those challenges this weekend. And then here's another tag. I haven't tried Angela Kerr's one yet, which I'm still going to do that. This is a Edith Holden book page. Such a beautiful image here of these dogwood roses. And a beautiful poem on June. And then here's another piece of that original collage paper. There's some collaging here with a little tuck spot as well, or just a little fun element. And then we've got another vintage wallpaper pocket with a big journal card. And we've got another belly band with another little scrappy notebook here. Some more collaging. And here's the back of that, my collage paper. Here I've just done some decoupage over the music paper. And the back of the second signature with another big pocket. So that is this journal. I was very busy this weekend. I made a couple of, I think I made 4 or 5 new journal covers, not the insides yet, just the covers. I just got so into sewing and all that kind of thing. So I've got lots of journal covers ready for the insides, and I'm very excited about that. And I've got one very similar to this that's going to be coming out quite soon. The same fabric and the other side of this vintage linen. So if you missed out on this one and you would like a similar one, please keep a lookout in my Etsy shop the next week or 2, because I will have more journals coming out. And thanks so much for watching, and we'll speak soon. Bye.